the heat, but we'll do what we can to keep you here a little bit. My name's John Markey. I am Executive Director here at Lake Country, and I am also Executive Director of Southwest Missouri Rush. I am going to explain quickly, because I did have a question away from the group last time of how does that tie in with Lake Country. But I thought, let's just get ahead of it here. Lake Country still runs the facilities here. Southwest Missouri Rush runs the facilities. Lake Country runs tournaments, Lake Country runs leagues. Southwest Missouri Rush is another piece of our not-for-profit business that we run. And so that's how they all tie together. So I just want to kind of make that clear so people understand that's always questions. How does Rush tie into Lake Country? Our goal was to really start to improve and give opportunities for kids the best we could. And so that was the idea of creating Southwest Missouri Rush. I'll get into a little bit later why we chose Rush over some other opportunities that we had to go in there. But first, and you're going to have a chance to ask any questions you get as we go a little bit later. But first, I want to introduce Kirk Nelson. Kirk is the associate head coach of the MSU women's team. Kirk is a U.S. soccer scout. Kirk is a U.S. soccer national instructor. He's on the national ODP staff, he's on the regional ODP staff, and he's on state. And he kind of revamped our ODP staff, or our ODP program here in Missouri as well. He's going to be working with Rush, helping us with some things and from a developmental standpoint. Get into a little bit more now, but I'm going to let him kind of talk and go through some things first with you. And if you get questions, feel free to ask. Kirk?
Welcome, everyone. Like Coach John said, my name is Kirk Nelson. I am the associate head women's soccer coach at Missouri State. I've been there 6 years. This will be my 7th season coming up here in August when they allow us to get back into that. And some of the other hats that I wear as well is with 2 big ones with U.S. Soccer. I'm a scout for the U.S. Youth National Teams. The age groups that I focus on are 07 through 02. I'm actually the lead scout for our market, which is Missouri and the surrounding states. So there's a handful of other scouts in some of the bigger cities that report back to me. So I oversee that process, which then we identify players to go into the youth national teams, and then hopefully at some point represent our full women's national team, which I'm sure you're aware of. And I also am an instructor at the national level, so I go all over the country for U.S. Soccer. So if a coach says they have a C license or a B license or whatever, I'm an instructor for those courses. So I'm big into coach development as well as player development, as well as ODP and thing. I know some of you have 04s. I'm the region head coach for the 04 girls for ODP, and I'm the national ODP assistant for the 04s. We were just in national camp in January and Costa Rica in February, so I was very familiar with this age group as they're leading into high school and high school age. And for those of you who are looking to play in college, on Monday, June 15th of 2022, so that's the first call day. So I've got about 25 calls that I have to make to call out to top recruits that we're trying to recruit at Missouri State. That'll be our first contact date with them. So definitely a big part of the college program. And I'm also a parent. So I have 2 kids. The daughter's 12. She is in Carthage right now playing in her first softball tournament since everything hit. And she's also competitive cheer, so I'm learning a lot about that world, which is a little bit different. And my son is a 2020 grad who just graduated from Nixa High School, and that was a unique spring, as you can imagine. And he is going to play at Evangel, so he'll be playing his next 4 years. So I've gone through it as a parent on the recruiting side as well. So three key pieces that I want to discuss. And what I'd like you to do is maybe humor me for 15, 20 seconds. And I just want you to think to yourself about maybe 2 to 3 positive soccer traits that most of you have daughters here. There might be some that come from a different time slot, but think of your player. If you were to watch them as they're playing, what are 2 or 3 positive soccer traits that you see that they have when they're out on the field playing? So just think about that for a second to yourself and just make a mental note. Okay, so maybe be willing to share that with your son or daughter. I've certainly had those conversations with my kiddo. But the reason I bring that up is U.S. Soccer about a year and a half ago came up with what's called the 6 key qualities. The game itself is changing. The modern game is different than what it was 5 years ago. It's different than what it was 10 years ago. So it's our role as coaches to try to stay at the forefront of that. And that's a big part of where I come in. And one of those pieces is the 6 key qualities that are up over on the wall there. Feel free afterwards that you can take a picture with your phone if you like, but they just came out. And the reason I bring those up is these are the key qualities that we use as scouts for U.S. Soccer when I go out. I use it at ODP, I use it for MSU, I use it all across the country as I'm evaluating and giving player feedback. So this is the model. And as you watch coaches, when you go out there through the tryouts over the next week or so, you'll see them with clipboards. And on those clipboards are them ranking them in these 6 key qualities. So this is the new structure. And it's very holistic in its approach. So, because the game is very holistic. And just to show what each of them are, and the reason I had you think about them in your mind was you should be able to put the 2 to 3 to 4 things that you thought of under these qualities. Somewhat. Maybe they're all under one of them, and that's fine, but that's where they would fall. And the players will start to learn about these, and the coaches are obviously using them for the process. So the first one is game understanding and decision making. So that would be soccer IQ, and in a sense it would be how that player is using and understanding their relationship with the other players on their team. So how they are working within their defensive line, how are they sitting off at angles, how are they moving into space, different things like that. So it's a relationship based. So their understanding of the game and the movements and how they can break down defenses and things like that. The next one is initiative. So this would be a player that loves to take players on 1v1. So it goes after it, very proactive in their movements, has that mentality to do that, as well as on the defensive side of the ball, doesn't back away from 1v1 battles, is willing to engage, is willing to look for those moments to tackle. So that would be an initiative category. Next piece is focus. Focus is actually bravery, grit, the willing to battle, maintaining composure. If they get hit a lot or they get tackled a lot, they're still able to get right back up and get right into the game. Someone that stays within the game, they're also willing to sacrifice. So if they have to slide to put their toe on a ball to put in the back of the net, they play to win, they sacrifice. They're that type of player. Or if a keeper comes out to make a save, they're the defender on the team that runs behind the keeper to protect the goal. So they're constantly engaged in what's going on in their task. So that's focus. The next one is optimal technical. So optimal technical, that's very straightforward. So technique, can they use both feet? Can they serve multiple distances, whether it's short, medium range type passes? Are they able to texture balls, whether it's flighted, driven, curled? But it's not just doing that, which for the last 3 months they've just been doing it in their backyard. It's a matter of, can you execute it within the game? So that's optimal technical. So technical would be the ability just to do it. You're dribbling, you're getting touches on the ball, which are important. My son has been doing it for years. But can they do the move that they've done 1,000 times for you in the backyard actually in the game? Because if they don't ever do it in the game, then they're not actually applying what they're learning. So it's optimal technical within the game environment and executing that task. So it's also thinking about, I see players at the highest level playing 3-dimensionally. So a lot of us can pass the ball, and I can just pass it here with both feet, or I can hit it further. But could I lift it between these two guys as one of my teammates is running on, as opposed to, no, I'm just going to turn, make the easy pass. So can you execute a technique at that higher level? Next one is optimal physical. So this is, yes, there's faster, stronger, all that kind of stuff. But I deal with players that are faster, stronger all the time. And if they're going against a outside back, if it's a wide forward, a 7 that's trying to, she's super fast or he's super fast, they're going against a senior all-conference outside back that's slower than them, that's been playing and lifting for 4 years or whatever. They'll be able to figure it out because their game understanding size. They'll be able to shut them down. So it's a matter of, how do you use your physicality? So are you really good at holding players off? So holding and shielding the ball and then being able to keep possession for your team. Are you really good at recovery speed? So when they try to dribble by you, you're very good at cutting and you can get into an angle and they can't just blow by you. Can you make the same run that you did in the first minute of the game in the last minute of the game at that same pace and ability. That's optimal physical. So it's not just fast and stronger, there's a lot of components to it. It's also speed within a 5 yard. It's speed that some people aren't necessarily quick in 5 yards, but they would beat you every time in 50 yards. So it's identifying those different physical components. And then there's responsibility, which makes it very holistic. So responsibility on the field would be players that are coaches on the field, players that are giving directions defensively, players that are keeping their team going, players that are keeping their team positive after a goal gets scored on them. So it's about someone that walks the talk, is a role model within that environment. They're also off the field. So are they doing nutrition habits? Are they doing recovery habits? Are they hydrating? Are they doing all those types of things? Are they taking serious about their personal development? Are they the ones that go up to the coach and say, ask, what can I work on? Continue to work on as I move forward, and then they go do it. It's not just asking the coach because you told them to go ask the coach, it's them asking them and then actually applying it. So that's responsibility. So this is very holistic. This is what drives U.S. soccer. This is what drives all those environments. And this is what I think is very in line with starting a new club and Rush's philosophy, and that's what they're trying to do here. I constantly work with clubs and programs all over the country, and I'll continue to do that because Missouri State, that's my main hat, and that's what I allow. But if I'm able to come in and help player development, then those key qualities drive player development, because it's not just the tryout. Phelan, actually, the technical director, he was very clear to me, make sure you tell them they're going to give feedback to those players throughout the season. It's ongoing. Okay, and so they have to be able to continue that, because it can drive player development. For example, if I give you some feedback and I say, okay, your kiddo, they're mobile, they need to get better at using their left foot, good in the air, decent recovery, speed, and they always have a smile on their face. I actually hit most of the key qualities, but if I gave that and wrote it out and gave that to you and you took it home and were trying to decide what to work on, it'd be very difficult for you to do that because it's a very, very unclear picture. And so maybe you get the smile on the face part, okay, that's good, you're responsible, you're happy or whatever. But if I said, let's use the left foot, I'm guilty of it. I've written and given evaluations to players all over about you need to get better with your left foot. Okay, well, you probably say that to 99% of the players. Right, so the idea is how can we make it more specific so it actually drives player development? Well, okay, you play as a 2, an outside back for us. As we get into we're attacking, and as you get into the middle third, you need to be able to play a diagonal ball to our 9, the top of the D with both your feet, left and right. So I want you to be able to flate it. Okay, that's very specific, and that gives them a picture in a moment in the game that they find themselves in a lot, that they're not good enough yet because they only use their right foot. That's a lot different than saying you need to get better at your left foot. And that's what we're trying to do here in this environment, just so you're aware of that. Because then it goes, okay, I can work on that. I can go work on that. I understand what you're saying. So that's a big part of the key qualities and how it's going to drive player development within this environment. And then one of the things that I will be doing, which will definitely affect the age group, is what I call the player's positional platform. So I call it P cubed actually instead of P3 or 3P, just because I'm a former math teacher and I like the exponential idea behind it because it complements exponential growth. So it might not matter to you guys, but that's how I see it. Because what I'm going to try to do is player-specific training. So they'll have their team training, but then they'll have additional where I might be working with a group and we're working within a specific moment within the game that team finds themselves in quite a bit, and then how do we break that down? What does that look like? And I do this with the MSU team, I do it with the national team, I do it with the ODP teams, I do it with sessions that I do all across the country. So this is very much a key piece and makes an impact on them understanding it within the game model. And part of it is because you have your team training, sometimes it's tough to get into that specialized training, and that's where I come in and I can help with that. So that's one piece. And then the third piece is a philosophy that I follow, and I believe that Rush is very much in line with it, and it's U.S. Soccer's, is there's 3 tenets to it. Reality-based training. So if you do all those things in isolation and train them constantly in isolation, you're not going to become a better soccer player. Now, yes, all we've been able to really do right now is optimal technical and optimal physical, because you're going through a physical piece. But once we get to play starting Monday, you want to try to have training sessions where you hit all 6 of those things. You want to hit all those key qualities. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to do a warm-up with no pressure. That's not what I'm talking about. There should be some gameplay in there. There should be that type of, you want to have pressure so you can make those decisions at that level, because that's what you're doing in the game when you play on Saturday. You want to replicate that as best that you can. So reality-based training, where it's happening on the field, who's involved, positionally, things like that. And then the next one is exponential learning, and it's about a matter of us experimenting within the environment. So we want to put the players in there, we want to have the coaches in those environments, and all of us, so they're experimenting what will actually happen. So that they make mistakes, and we build off that, but you want to get them in that environment so they actually experience what's going on, so that they can play at the next level or be successful when they play that weekend. And then the final one is holistic approach. So this is one example of holistic approach, but it's also getting to know the kiddos so you know what type of student they are. Just what are their hobbies? Who are they as people? So I think that's important. It's not just about soccer. So I think that comes out through here, and then that can fall under the responsibility component as well. So those are kind of the 3 pieces, so the key qualities, the P-Cubed program that I'll be involved with, as well as some coach mentoring. I'll be helping the coaches out and having a common language and a common focus as we go through this player development, because I personally am on the forefront of it in my experiences and able to come out and being in Springfield help the community out with it. And then the philosophy that's behind it now. I think Rush is in a great spot. It's a new club here. It's definitely a developed international club established, and be able to do it the right way. And there's some good directors with John and some of the others that are in it for the stuff that we're talking about right here today, and they're going to move forward with it. And so I'm a scout, I'm a coach, I am an instructor, I'm also a parent. And so these are the pieces that I bring into the mix, and hopefully you'll go out and give us a good look. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Kirk. Kirk, we brought him on for very specific reasons, mainly because of his background, mainly because he can bring stuff that we can't. But one of the pieces, and one of the reasons we went with Rush in the Rush way, is some of the programs I'm going to talk quickly about. But it's about the coaching development. Our directors have talked. We had Zoom meetings over the last 4 or 5 weeks, like 10 a week, I think. But I don't know what you got. I'm sick of Zoom. But the director's job is not necessarily to develop players. Yes, they're going to do some coaching. They're going to develop players, but it's to develop the coaching staff. Because if we can develop 20 coaches or 27 coaches, whatever we have, then your kids all get the advantage of that. And that's really our goal, of bringing people like Kirk in, bringing some of the other Rush people in from the national office where they can help us do that. And that's kind of the advantage of being part of the Rush. I am so excited about the Rush program, and I'm probably not showing it because this is our 4th talk today, I think. So I'm sorry you guys get the worst of this. But the reality of it is the coaches that have come in from the other clubs that we brought in from the outside have really bought into what we're talking to them about. And we've talked their ear off about the key qualities, talked about the philosophies, the player-centric, player development philosophy that we're going to live by. And every one of those coaches is a very competitive player, very competitive person, as we are. All of us want to win, but we're going to win because we're going to develop the players. And if we don't win, that's okay. It just means that we learned something. But that's our goal, is to really break it down to the individual player and a team atmosphere. Okay, so that's where Kirk was talking about the evaluation process, looking at the key qualities throughout the season, giving good feedback to the players so they can take it on. All your kids, or most of your kids, I think all yours end up going back, play high school next spring. We want them to take that to their high school teams because they picked something up in the fall club season. And even during high school, they want to have the ability to call their coach, hey, coach, we did this in this game, I tried to do this, what do you think I could have done differently? We want them to start thinking the game, making those decisions on the field. And that's what we're tasking our coaches with as well. That's why we have Thalen Johnson, the technical director. His job is to monitor the coach's development. Kirk, as he said, is a national instructor. Christy Kanoniak, our girls director, myself, are both instructors in the grassroots program. So we can give our coaches certifications, we can give them the teaching that they want to get on an ongoing basis. We'll pay for them to get their certifications so that they get an education. That's the job that we're trying to do. So know that you're going to get, no matter who your coach is, you're going to get a good coach, and not only that, you're going to get a whole team of coaches behind them. And that's our goal, is to make sure that any one of the coaches that has to step in for a game or a practice, whatever, you're going to get the same level of training as you would if Kirk, myself, Christy were there doing the coaching. Okay, very important. Real quick, Rush, why did we go with Rush as an affiliate? Rush has over 100 clubs that they're involved with. They have over 35,000 players in the system. They're big, but it wasn't just that they're big. We looked at a number of different organizations to affiliate with. What they brought to the table for little to nothing is a big background of support that they're giving us. Their coaching development platform. They bring coaches every summer out to a summit where they go through a training program. They talk about the Rush way. They collaborate and give and share ideas every year. If we have a young coach that we want to get some new experience, we can send them to the Kansas Rush and spend a week with them, get some experience there if we want to. We have those abilities to give our coaches what they need to become better coaches. The Rush Select program. Rush Select is kind of like an ODP program for Rush players, where they have a regional Rush team, they have a national Rush team. A lot of national Rush teams will end up taking European trips. The Rush Select program is similar, like I talked about ODP. We're big supporters of ODP. Kirk revamped the Missouri ODP a few years ago. Somehow coached me into getting involved. Christy's an ODP coach. Sarah Sabo is our goalkeeper director, who will be training. She'll have her own team. Her own team will all be made up of goalkeepers. And she's also an ODP goalkeeper coach. But her goal is, when I say she'll have a team of goalkeepers, all the goalkeepers in our system, her team, and her staff of goalkeeping coaches will be responsible for making sure they get the kind of goalkeeping training that they should get. Because it's a specialized training. You don't want me training a goalkeeper, I'm just telling you. All right? So Sarah's going to do very good. But we have a lot of our staff that is involved with ODP and more that want to get involved with it. Rush Select's very similar to that. The biggest one for you all is the College Advisory Program, known as CAP. CAP is the College Value Program is a program that is run at national level. Josh Tyler, who is the national director, actually lives in St. Louis, so that's advantage for us because he's willing to come down and talk to our high school students. Every Rush high school player, freshman through senior, and probably even some 8th graders, will have access at no cost to get involved in the CAP program. Okay? Now there's some other things in there you can purchase. There's an ACT prep program that's at a discounted rate. But it has thousands of colleges. It talks about what their main academic programs are. It talks about what their college program are. Are they Division I, Division II, NAIA, junior college? Is it what area are they in? And as you can filter that and get a list of colleges. The nice thing about the CAP program, because a lot of kids at freshmen say, I really want to be a college player. Junior and senior, they may start swaying a little bit. It's still good information during their college search, whether they want to go for an academic reason or to play college. The CAP program also has thousands of college coaches attached to it. That if a child's interested in college, there's a program there to get them in touch with them. But it teaches the child to take the responsibility for that college search. It teaches them to go back to that last one, being responsible for the development, be responsible for going through and contact coaches. But it gives them sample letters on how to email a coach. It gives them sample letters on how to return a call to a coach. It gives them sample information on how to talk and discuss the college search. So I'm really impressed about the CAP program. We've got a lot of people already interested in it. Player loan program, especially at the high school level, showcase tournament going on. We don't have a team going to it, but your child's interested in going, seeing, let's say to St. Louis, we call Missouri Rush, we call Gateway Rush, say, we got a player who wants to play. We can loan them through a national program called the Rush Player Loan. You want to go to Texas, play with the Rush team, we can arrange that, make that happen. So if you take a team to Kansas City for a tournament and you're missing a goalkeeper, they turn we can call Kansas Rush and say, hey, you got goalkeeper, you can loan us in the 04 group. Okay, that's the player loan program, so you don't have to go short. You don't have to try to throw a fill player in there. And Kansas Rush has 3 to 4 teams in the age group, so it might be easy to find some help there. But that's a nationally recognized program that is organized through Rush, not just, hey, I'm calling my friend up. This is one page of programs that I hand you. This is the whole program list is like 10 pages, but there's like 3 to 4 pages of just the Rush programs that we're part of now. So feel free to go on the website, SWMOrush.org, or go to rushsoccer.com, and that will get you there for their programs. And really look into their programs. I really think you'll see some good stuff in there. All right, the fun stuff. Club fees is on the other side. That's always a big concern. I'm not going to sit there and talk about the fees, but I will discuss some highlights. You can get with me later. We do have payment plans. The way the payment plans work, if that's easier on your budget, is there's a down payment once you're committed to a team, and then basically the down payment plus the other payments makes it a 6-payment plan. Okay? So we get it paid up by December 1. The only thing we ask, if for some reason you can't maintain that, just communicate with us and let us know, because we all understand, especially with the situation a lot of people are in right now, that we need a little time sometimes, we need a little help. The league and tournament fees, when you look at that, and you're all high school, so the reason the $475 is there for high school is because it's for one season. All the other prices for the other age groups are for annual. So you're looking at high school, you're looking for the girls, you're just looking for the fall season. Everything in 4 months transfer window. So it's August, September, October, November is included in there. There's a team camp included in there last week in July from that standpoint. The league and the tournaments really depends on each team. That's why there's a variance there or a range, because we're going to decide as a staff, as the directors working with your coaches, what are the best developmental league to put your team in, what's the best tournaments to put your team in for their player development. So it's not based on, we just want to go there. When I was in Alabama, everybody wanted to go to the beach, so we had to take the whole club down to a beach tournament once a year. I hated it as a coach because no good soccer got played, but we did have a good time at the beach, okay? Fortunately, there's no beaches here, there's no tournaments at Lake we're worried about, so we're good, I think. But the reality of it is we want to look at each team, make sure we're getting them some where they can be competitive, but developmentally. For your ages, we're going to look at showcase tournaments. If you've got a team full of players that really have an interest in college, we're going to get you into showcase events from that standpoint. So that's why you see the range there. The league play, if you're playing in Heartland, you play 4 local games. I think most of you have done that in the past. We're not going to put teams in Heartland just to play in Heartland. Most of our high school teams will end up playing in Heartland because that's where they need to go to get developed and get the competition that we need, so we can see them in, like Kirk talked about, pressure situations and what have you from that standpoint. We do have scholarship opportunities. I'm not going to discuss what you have to do, but just have to email info@swmorush.org. Those do come to me. We do have scholarship committee. Typically, we base it off free or reduced lunch, but anybody can apply. We'll have an application process. We have a scholarship committee, but we don't want anyone to be denied an opportunity to play soccer because of financial. So if there's an issue and we can help you work through it, we want to help you work through it one way or another. Okay? And there's some sources we will set up a budget every year, a scholarship budget of funds set aside strictly to help those who can't pay for it. I think that's all. I got any questions? Anything you want to ask? Nope. Somebody? Come on. Again, we're real excited to have everybody try out. I tell you, I am amazed how many players we've had signed up for tryouts. I'm excited about the staff we got. everybody's been working hard. I haven't even told them what they're going to get paid yet. They're still out there in the sun. So, but I got to tell you, I'm real excited about the staff we got because they're all buying in. So we really appreciate you having your kids here. I hope you stay with us as we move forward. And any questions you got, feel free to ask. All right? Have a good day. Back up to the sun, right?